Let's go. Let's go. This is your girl, Shamika, also known as Lady Queen I Am. Listen, this is what I need you to do. Tap to clap. Tap to clap. Press that heart button, okay? Replayers, hit that heart button. Also, share to every group and page you're associated with. You know how we do. Spread the love. Spread the love. Don't hold all this goodness to yourself. It'd be a shame to. But we are going to talk about, as you saw the title, and I'm going to say it in my Kevin Hart voice, I wasn't ready. Yeah. So share, share, share. Let's go. Let's go. We're going to talk for a few minutes. We're not going to be on here long. I said, you know what? I'm going to make sure that I get on here and do my live because definitely I need to get back in the flow of things. I need to get back at it. So I wanted to make sure I get on here tonight before I say goodnight to you guys. I want to make sure, or before I even get into the books and study and stuff, I wanted to tell you about this because we going when I tell you I want to motivate you to become a better version of yourself, to also live the life that God intended for you to live since the beginning. So, and you have access to that. So it's just about sometimes reminding you that you have access to these things. So go ahead and share it, share it, share it. You know what I said? I probably should have said on. I could have put it on Facebook to a couple of different places, which I did, but even sharing it to a couple of different places. So, Bridging the Nation, what's up? Queens in Action, what's up? Queen Nation, it's your girl. What's up? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Now, like I said, I wasn't gonna hold you guys long. So, replayers, thank you so much for joining us. Live players, I love you guys. Let's see. You know what? I don't want to mess up nothing. You already know my glasses ain't came in yet, y'all. My glasses ain't came in yet. I'm waiting for those to come in. So I ain't going to start pressing buttons and accidentally flip the script or flip the screen and then I don't know where I'm at, right? So we're going to talk real quick. As you saw the title, I wasn't ready. And I was reading this scripture, right, in Luke chapter 22, verses 33 through about 37. And I see at one point where Peter, we all know our boy Peter, like Peter was gangster. Peter was like, God, I'm down for you. Peter was like, God, whatever I can do, like I'm with it. And Jesus was talking about the things that were going to happen in his life, right? And Peter's like not on my watch, Jesus, not on my watch, And he was like Peter, like he rebuked Peter because he's like, this has to happen. The purpose that he was brought here on this earth for has to happen. And I want you to put yourself in there. A lot of times, it sounds good. Everything sounds good, not realizing that there's a purpose that we are all here. And sometimes, even though it sounds good, it is a distraction to our purpose. It's a distraction to our purpose. But that's not really what I wanted you to see. Even further down, after he said, Jesus, like, I'm down for you, I got you, like, I'm not gonna let this happen. You see where Jesus tells him, like, Peter, before the cock crows, you're gonna deny me 3 times. And I want you to think about that. Someone who said, look, I'm down for this. Sometimes God allows alarms to go off for us to realize, you know what, maybe we've gotten off track somewhere. He allows an alarm to go off to tell us, like, maybe, we need to recognize, because he told him, he was like, look, listen, when you're converted, strengthen the brethren. So, like, when you get yourself together, like, go back for your loved ones, like, help strengthen others that struggle. And we have to do that in our own walk. We have to do that. We have to learn how that when we get strong in something, how to not look down on the next person, but to say, you know what, let me help you because I once was there. Maybe you're not going to do it the same way that I did, but let me help you because I once was there. And I think it's so important that we do that we do this, especially in this season, because a lot of people have secret struggles that they don't want to tell anybody about because, number one, they might be embarrassed about it. Number two, they might not want everybody to know because the fact is, well, I hold a certain office and I'm embarrassed, or even just, I should be past this because you would think, I'm older, I'm mature, I shouldn't be going through this. And we struggle with a lot of reasons why we don't want other people to know, or just the fact, well, I don't want them in my business, we struggle with a lot of reasons why we don't want them to know. But understanding that when we get strengthened in that, whenever we get strength from whatever it is, whatever storm that we have to face, whatever valley we have to go through, whenever we come out and we get strength from that, reaching back and helping someone else. Like reaching back and saying, you know what, I went through this before, and not being ashamed, because let me tell you, a lot of times people struggle with the same thing, and just hearing someone else's testimony will help them get along. It will help them even push past the pain, the hurt, the wanting to give up, the feeling like I'm in lack, stuff like that. People, if you just tell your story. I remember my dad talked about this message in one thing that he stressed in it: when all else fails, tell your story. People want to hear your story, because believe me, it encourages me when I hear my sister win. It encourages me when I hear that my sister overcame these things. And so I would hope that somebody uses, just like I use, they made it through it. I know I serve the same God. I'm going to make it through it too. So you would hope that someone takes your story and does the exact same thing. But how do they know unless you speak? How can they do that unless you speak? So let that be definitely a message for you, that no matter what you're going through, no matter what the struggle is, like a lot of times God sends that alarm to remind you, like, listen, like get back on track. Let's get back on track, because I have a great work for you. Let me tell you, Peter was about it. Peter was about it. And Peter did some great things. Yeah, it was God that even told him, or Jesus, when he was here on this earth, he told him, he said, your name is Petros, and it's translated to Peter. And he said, on this rock I'll build my church. Like and he said, and the gates of hell shall not prevail. Like he had great works for Peter to do. But Peter did go through some time where he denied Jesus. And then as soon as he denies Jesus 3 times, he hears the cock crow, and then Jesus looks directly at him. Could you imagine that feeling? Like, man, I messed up. I messed up. But sometimes he allows an alarm to go off to remind you, listen, get back on track, because he has great things for you. I know you thought in the beginning that you was ready to go to war. I know you thought in the beginning that you was ready to tackle this, but see, things happen along the way where you almost lose your focus, you lose your vision, and you're not on track. And then he allows the alarm to sound off. And then you say, you know what? Let me get, he was so, I'm sure, just so tore up at the fact that he had denied Jesus. And he was like, I'm better than that. And you have to remember, you're better than that. Just because you got off track, listen, okay, you got off track. Let's get back on track to the purpose that God has you here on this earth for, because all of us have a purpose. All of us have a purpose. You get to say whether or not you're going to walk in your purpose. So if you heard anything tonight, listen. It doesn't matter if you got off track. Get back on track. Let's keep moving. Let's keep going, because there's a great work for you. Listen, I thought at one point, like the work even God that had that God had me doing, it was focused. Like I had my own vision, right? And I was focused on one thing. But even through the time, he's even showed me how, yes, that's a piece of it, but how it actually has more to it. And all I had to do is open my eyes to see, like, to help my sister queens financially flourish, not depending on the government, not depending on mama, daddy, not depending on outside sources, but realizing our source is God first off. But he allows us to get connected with people that can help us in the work, right? We have faith, and then he helps us in the work. Look, this is the season, I'm telling you, Ecclesiastes 11, where it talks about investing. This is the season. And if that is something that you want to look into doing, contact your girl. Like, you can always jump in my DM. I'm there for you. I appreciate you. Listen, if you change your mind, you'll change your life. So if you change the way that you think, your life will forever change. But guess what? You're your only limitation. I'm your girl, Shamika Willis, also known as Lady Queen I Am, but you can call me Lady Queen. Listen, let's succeed, Queen. That's what I want to do. Let's succeed. Thank you all for commenting, for, even for sharing the videos. Tap to clap. Make sure you press that heart button. Tap to clap. Tap the heart button. Let's do this. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.